Good morning, evening, afternoon, whatever time it happens to be, wherever you are. Welcome to another one of our Stormwork streams. I'm going to cry. I've decided I want to make a MICROLIGHT HELO, something that I'm not. I've made quite a few HELOs before, so that should be fine. But I've never done like a MICROLIGHT before. I've tried to do things as small as possible, but that's not quite the same thing. So I've also tried to do them as big as possible, and they equally don't work. And obviously, there's been the new update for rotors, and also I haven't messed around with things like the modular engine. So I'd like to give that a try. To kind of use this project as kind of a test bed to really kind of get used to those things, and also see if I can make something which is literally a MICROLIGHT, see how fast I can make it, see how efficient I can make it, that sort of thing. So I have got the game loaded already to the character creation screen. I'm gonna also change the music. I'm feeling the synthwave today. So I'm gonna put that up a little bit because I like to have it on in the background. There we go. So yeah, so we'll just that's about the same. That's fine. Don't need to make any changes to that really. So first things first, the creative menu. We're gonna keep it at being midday. No fog, no wind, no rain, none of that. Vehicle damage, yes. NPC damage, yes. Player damage, no. Sharks, no. Megs, no. Auto refuel, yes. Infinite money, yes. Infinite electric, no. All components, yes. Infinite fuel, no. Engine overheating, yes. Yes, yes, yes. Yes, yes. That doesn't matter. That doesn't matter. That, yes. That, yes. Yes, yes. Yeah, this is all fine. Cool. Also reveal the map. Unlock all items. Clean all vehicles. There we go. So that should make things slightly easier. So first things first, let's get right into it. Okay, so we're gonna need mirroring. Okay, so I'm gonna. The other thing I'm trying to use is this little like corner cockpit window thingy, because I am no good at using it. Basically, long story short, I always struggled to figure out exactly how it's supposed to fit together with like the other pieces, if that makes sense. So I think if we have, this seems counterintuitive to do the cockpit, like the windows first, but trust me, I'm doing this for a reason. It's because that way I will be able to really kind of keep things controlled, if that makes sense, in terms of the size, and if I limit myself to start with, then I won't have any nasty surprises later on. Okay, so that's all fine. Have those there, and then yeah, so I'm supposed to have like this here, and then like these should be readouts eventually, and then I think if I have like can I have like another one underneath? If I figure out how to place that in such a way. Yeah, like that. Because that looks like that's gonna be too big. But obviously pilots need to be able to see out of like the front and the sides, don't they? In normal helicopters, that's how that is. Because you've always got that like, you know, really wide open front. So if I maybe put like this here, and then if we've got like small angled windows, yeah, like that. And then this should give enough sort of visibility. But then obviously I've still got the problem of I still somehow need to actually have it like, I suppose if I put like something like this, And then I can like bring this down a bit. Again, this is mostly just to actually figure out how the hell it's all going to fit together. We'll use the compact pilot seat for this one. Okay, so yeah, this can't be this tall. So this actually, so yeah, it needs to sit way lower. So if we bring this down like here, one of these should be enough. So I'm actually going to put this here. So yeah, that one, like ideally I'd like it to be like as in as I can. So that level's too high. So with this one. Okay, so yeah, it can't actually get like up close to it, which is a shame. I was really hoping I could get those to be like next to it. But I think actually if I go like 1 or 2 down, no, we'll try 1 down for now. But yeah, it might just have to be the seat is further back than I'd like. But yeah, you see, like this isn't gonna work because I can't have the seat be that low down, because that's not MICROLIGHT anymore. That's just like huge. I suppose we could go like no cockpit, but that seems a bit unfair. Like if I get rid of this, so just so no slopey bit. Because then I could have it like right up in there. I could have it like here. Or even like further forward than that. You know, if I take this out. I could basically have it. Maybe I'm overthinking it. Let's just pop that down. Oh, okay, I need to make it a bit wider at the base. There we go, just so it won't fall over. Okay, yeah, so this is a... Okay. So this is a... Oh, yeah, okay, so this is too compact now. It's easy to forget the scale. So yeah, this is too close. So maybe having some separation would be a good idea, after all. Let's see. If we pop that back on. I suppose actually we could just like keep bringing the cockpit up. There's nothing that says it has to just be that big. So how would I even go about doing that? Something like this maybe? No, that's a corner. Something like... No, because that's the same thing that I just had. Is that corner or is that pyramid? Because that makes a big difference. No, this is corner. I don't want corner. I want like a slanted thing. How about this one? No, not that one. There's distinctly too many kinds of window. Is it? That's it. Yeah, that's not bringing it up though. That's just bringing it along. This song do be kind of slapping though. So yeah, what I really need is this, but like up. So if I put like, no, that's 2 by 2. If I put like this in, and then grab another one of these, almost like that, yeah. But without like whatever the hell is going on there. Like how would we even block that up? Yeah, because that's not it, because that leaves that triangle. Yeah, that'll do. Doesn't look great, but But hey, I'm probably going to have like buttons and stuff on it anyway. Because yeah, then this gives me some room to have stuff. Like stuff here, for example. How does that look? That's going to fall over again. Yep, there it goes. Doesn't look bad though. Yeah, okay. So yeah, once again it is a little bit enclosed and these blocks here is quite in the way. But I don't need some of this backward space anyway. So this first and foremost can be replaced with like this. And then maybe like that. No, I'm going to need the inverse ones for that, aren't I? Yeah. Nope, that looks dumb. But yeah, having these blocks there, that's going to be no. And there is no window block that will fill that. That's just not going to happen. But unfortunately they are kind of right where I need to be able to see. So I might have to kind of jiggle it around a bit. Let's see. Oh, hey Magic. Sorry, I didn't see you there. I've been very very engrossed in what's going on. We're working on a MICROLIGHT, if you couldn't tell by the stream title. So it's going to be a HELO. I'm mostly just trying to test out the new rotor mechanics and the engine mechanics, but also apparently I've forgotten how to build cockpits. So that's going to be fun. Trying to remember how to do all of that again. My main problem is that I do like this cockpit block, you know, this little window, but look at that, it just leaves a mess. Oh, actually, no, that's still a mess. Yeah, because even if I put this in now. Yeah, you see it's got that like massive stuck out bit there. Yeah, that's not very nice. That's not good looking. That is not good looking at all. Obviously it doesn't necessarily need to be, but it helps. Same thing, we've still got that big open patch. Oh, I think I am just going to have to put those blocks in it, just live with it being in the way. Come on. It's just unfortunate that that's kind of right where I would want to be, having all of my instruments and things. Unless, can I bring the actual seat up a bit? Okay, so not by that much. Whoop, that's the wrong button. Okay, so I can bring it up if I have it further back. But again, at this point, that's not really a MICROLIGHT anymore, that's just a full-on cockpit. It's tough. That is tough. Conversely, if I bring it more down, I can have it be even further forward. No, I can have it be here. And then again, those still aren't in the way. And I suppose then if I make this... I'll use the large ones and just kind of build it out a bit. Yeah, because now if I do that... might just get rid of that. Yeah, because now we've got that really big looking cockpit. And we don't even need to like round off the bottom or anything, because we can just yeah, there we go. Because we can just leave it with a flat bottom. Well, actually, tell a lie, what I mean is we can like round it without windows. Like that. And then have like a small internal parts for the cabin, yeah. And then we don't need any of this at all. Although that's going to not only suck for visibility, it's going to suck for getting in and out. We're going to get stuck. Although I do know you like roofs, so obviously a roof will be coming. But yeah, having that be open is going to make the most sense. There we go. Even though it doesn't need to be quite that high up. But at the very least, this is space that we can use for like other things, such as engine parts, or I'm thinking of having the engine at the rear. Like, does that sound smart to you? Because that's where they normally are, right? They're like, because there really doesn't need to be any other space for anything else in this HELO. Literally just pilot and pilot, engine, rotor. That's all, like literally the only things that are required. On account of it being a microlight, it doesn't need to carry passengers, doesn't need to carry cargo, doesn't even really need that much equipment. I might make these ones windows so that they can be seen out of, for safety reasons, obviously. There's not all that much point in making all of them windows. Like I'm not even sure we can see out of there because of this block here. So if I just cheeky make that window as well for like landing and things, because this is going to have skid landing instead of wheels for maximum landage. And then yeah, literally it just needs like a way in, which obviously would be through here. So whether I put that on maybe a hinge or something so that the pilot can actually get in, or whether I do just leave it open at the back, but I don't think I will. But I will for now. So we don't need this right now. This is a very weird way of doing it, cockpit first, but right, so let's quickly give this a test. See how it feels to sit in. Yeah, no problem, buddy. See you when you get back. This feels very Sikorsky-esque, if that makes sense. But yeah, we could have like, there's not really room for dials or anything, is there? Because obviously if they're there, they're going to be like right in the way. So there'll be no way of doing things like altimeter or anything like that. Unless I did block up this front, for this front one with dials, which would be fine, because I should still be able to see out there. And obviously I can still see forward, should be fine. So yeah, I'll pop some dials. Turn off the mirroring because it gets weird. So that should be enough for speed. Oh, come on. Speed, height, altitude, and fuel. And that's basically all that is required from a microlight. And yeah, I think I am going to make these less tall. And just use like regular window blocks. Nope, not that one. That one. Oh, wait, if I make these out of windows as well. Well, I can't see past them anyway, so it doesn't matter. go. And then we can pop these in. Ooh, those are in the way. Oh, because I've only got 2 blocks for the back end. That's fine then. And then 1, 2. And then yeah, we'll look at all this space that we've saved. I just deleted that block, didn't I? Of course I did. There we go. Pop that there. And then pop those in there. Hey Sai, good to see you, buddy. So far, actually things are going fine. I haven't started crying yet. I haven't gotten into all of the hard logic bits which I know are coming. And I'm trying very hard not to think about it because it's going to just kill me. But I'm sure it will be worth it, all things considered. Right now I'm just trying to figure out a way to get this cockpit be big enough, but not like too big. Because obviously I'm restricted in exactly what I can do to keep it as being MICROLIGHT rather than just a little helicopter, if that makes sense. And yeah, I did not think this through at all. So I also haven't figured out exactly how we're going to get in yet. So I think I might just delete these for now so that we can actually get in, and then maybe put some back on when I figured out how that's going to work. Like maybe I'll put them on like what's the word I'm looking for? Human language does confuse me. Like a hatch, not a hatch, like a lever sort of thing. Not a lever, a hinge. That's the word I'm looking for. Got there eventually. And then yeah, I can make this a 3x2. There we go. Lovely. So yeah, this looks like a pretty decent cockpit, to be fair. And then obviously there's room for the engine back here. And I'm gonna hop in it and see what I can see. Okay, and in we go. So yeah, these will all be the things like speed, altitude, fuel remaining. So that's all the really that's all we need for dials. And I might block up these little windows with actual blocks just to make it look, you know. But also it might look like trash. So yeah, this will be window door. And then yeah, we'll have the rotor at the back, and then I can just like hop out, and there we go, everything's fine. So this is actually probably one of the best cockpits I've ever built. So that gives you an idea of how well I usually build them. So this is already 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So this is already the same height as a person. So if I can keep the actual engine to being this long, that would be a miracle. I don't think it's going to happen, but I'm going to build the casing around it, and then like I'll build, so like I'll try and keep it here, because there's no reason why I can't have like a vertical engine now that we've got all these custom engine parts. So whereas before the engines were like, I don't know how well you guys know Stormworks necessarily. So whereas before the engines were like you know, like this, where it's like a big chunky one, or this one for a plane, or like just they are set sizes and shapes. Now we've got all of this, so I can have like an alternator or a small clutch, or you know, like coolant manifolds, drive belts, cylinders, all sorts of things, and I have absolutely no idea how any of them work. Like I've seen a couple of like YouTubers and that not, you know, build engines, and I forgot to refresh myself before I came to do this, so that's going to be fun. Oh. Let's see. I'm going to keep building the shape first, because they also changed rotor physics. So if if I want the engine to kind of not... I can always have the engine exposed at the back. That's fine. But if I want it to kind of... not... If I want it to kind of stay as is, that's also fine. Like, I'll work to that. And then in terms of a tail, I probably literally will just have like a pipe with a rotor on it, because that's the beauty of microlights, is they don't need structure, they just need function, which is quite refreshing actually. Okay, so we're going to need cylinders, obviously, that's quite important. So we just quickly scrub through these parts that we've got. So we've got, oh, air manifold, going to need that. Alternator, that generates electricity, so we don't want that. Clutch, we will come back to. Coolant manifold, we will need, because obviously, we haven't got, it's not a boat, so we can't use seawater. Crankshaft, obviously we'll need that, yeah. That's, I've already got a cylinder, so that's fine. Drive belt? Oh yeah, that's what interfaces for starters, alternators and pumps, both of which I'm also going to need. I'm going to need a starter and oh, there's a fuel manifold, so the air manifolds and the fuel manifolds go together. So we'll do those last. That sounds smart. What did I just get rid of? Alternator, crankshaft. Oh, bloody hell. Alternator, check. Crankshaft, check. Cylinder, check. We're gonna need like exhaust, right? Yeah, exhaust manifold. So I'll grab one of those. And yeah, we can work from there. Don't know what I just deleted. Probably wasn't important. So first, so it does seem a bit weird to be building this out of the 1 size instead of out of the 3 size. Okay, so because I want a vertical engine, so this is going to be a V12. This is going to be a V8, 9, 10. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12. We're going to have a V14. Oh boy. So yeah, we're going to have dink, 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 dink. That's a V14 in there, which is going to be awful. So what does a crankshaft actually do? Oh, I already did the crankshaft. I already did the cylinders. Oh, okay, so now it's the exhaust manifolds I'm going to want. So let's see. Do we have a T-piece? Yep, there it is. Exhaust manifold. Oh, it just says modular engine manifold. Oh, that's also modular, so it could be anything. I'm assuming like that will just connect to whatever. And then I could just have like that there. And then have it like stick out of the side. And be all like funky looking. Like the old exhaust pipes. Actually, that's a good point. If I put an exhaust pipe on it to actually make the fluid. Because obviously there won't be a particle effect until there is. So that's all of our cylinders and all of our exhaust manifolds. So now we're going to need air fuel manifolds as well. Oh, and I'm also going to need some like a way for fuel to get in, obviously. That's the fuel manifold, isn't it? Okay, so update V14, bad idea. Okay, so the crankshaft needs to stay. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. Yeah, a V12 will have to do. And I can replace that with a straight one. There we go, so that looks gnarly. I'm going to delete those for now, and I'm going to do the section plane. Nope. Yep, there we go. I'm going to bring that out so I can actually see what's going on in here. Okay, so yeah, the alternator's going to have to go up here. Oh, no. Oh. There we go, so that has to be off. So the alternator's going to have to go up here. I need the crankshaft thingy, don't I? Which is this. Yeah, drive belt. There we go, so now I need to have this, like that, and also a fluid pump, which I will probably use for the coolant. I probably actually have two, a coolant pump and then a fuel pump as well. Actually no, I'll have the fuel pumps be the standard fuel pump so I can actually toggle them on and off. But the coolant pump should always be there, always be running. And starters should also be a thing. What does a starter look like? I'm sure it's another one of the belt things. Oh, there it is, it's literally right there. Okay. So you can pop our starter on there. Cool, so far so good. So we've got a pump for the coolant. So this pump, this one. Okay, so it's got fluid in and fluid out. So if I grab a pipe. Okay, so yeah, that's the fluid out. Oh, that's the fluid in. Can I reverse that? Can I have that be the other way around? Or will that mess up the belt? Yeah, that'll mess up the belt. That's fine. I could just pop a coolant manifold right there, and then just have them be like linked. Engine. Come on, engine. Again. Coolant manifold goes there. Like that. Oh. So yeah, that one again has coolant A. Does it specify which one is A and which one is B? It doesn't specify, does it? But think about it. Oh, okay, if I'm going to turn this back on, I'm assuming actually that these cylinders are, I mean, if they're all attached, then I can just put them there like that, right? And then just have the coolant out go to these through some creativity. And then presumably just put another one at the bottom and link it back up, right? Because I know that the engines having overheating issues is like a big thing. And I also know that balancing the fuel-air mixture is a thing. A big thing. I may have bitten off more than I can chew here. And there's no way to test if the coolant works or not until the fuel works. And there's no way to know if the fuel works. Right, we'll do the fuel first. Leave the pump there. But we're gonna do the fuel air manifolds first. So that's a fuel manifold, which will only input fuel. That one will only do air. So this one, wherever it's gone. Where is it? Oh, okay. So yeah, fuel and air are still separate. I'm sure there was a fuel-air manifold. Air. That's not one, that's clutch. Coolant. And then, yeah, fuel. So yeah, it is just fuel and air. So that's fine. So if we get this one for air and this one for fuel. Now we pop the two fuel ones there at the top. And pop the two air ones here at the bottom. And then if I just grab a vent, nope, not a vent, a port. Bonk, that's how you get air. Fuel might be a bit more of a problem. But for now we'll just grab some fuel tanks. Nope, fluid tanks. So we'll grab some little ones just to check that the engines actually start. And then we need some more pipes. So that's got to go over there. Doop, doop, doop. Wait, that one's got to go up like that. That's got to go up, that's got to go up. And then these ones can be curves. And then these need to be diesel and diesel, that's fine. And then we'll need to, oh, here we go with the logic. So electric. Oh wait, no, I need a battery. Little baby battery for now, and we will literally just stick it like there. This isn't where it's going to stay. This is just purely for temporary. And now we can just put button 1 to the starter, and we'll put WS to the oh, we've got two throttles. Oh, we've got a throttle for air and a throttle. You know what, we'll just do the fuel first. And actually, no, if we do WS for that, and then we'll do that for the air. I don't imagine the clutch being a problem. Okay, so. Okay, well, first things first, the starter doesn't fire. Because I never linked the electric up. Sure, off to a great start, guys. There we go. Right, let's try that again. So I've got my fuel throttle at full. The engine does seem to be turning over. And it does kind of work for a little bit. So let's see, what's the problem? Air-fuel ratio 0. Stoichiometry 1. Exhaust 0%. Which is interesting. How about that one? Yeah, all of this is exhaust. Are they actually getting any air? 'Cause it's not telling me. Yeah, it says. Oh, that's because that's a fuel manifold. And that's the air manifold. Okay, so I put them the wrong way around. That's embarrassing. So we want the fuel manifold and the air manifold to be the other way around. So that was a fuel manifold, needs to be an air manifold. That's an air manifold, needs to be a fuel manifold. So put them that way. There, now the engine should work, sort of. So I'm giving it full fuel, full air. Oh, well, I haven't got it set to sticky, so obviously it's actually going to be taking 0. Okay, why are you not giving me the options to change any of that? There you go, thank you. So WS needs to be sticky. That needs to be sticky. Now we can try again. And hopefully this time we'll actually get good data. So, fuel full, air full, starter on. Okay, so we're getting 0%. So this one is definitely taking... Oh, I never linked them back up. See what I mean about the logic? It gets me sometimes. I'm just not smart enough. So WS for fuel and mouse buttons for the air. Let's try that again. Is that a bloody pelican? Okay, so fuel full, air full. Yeah, that's better, look. So that's not taking in any air. That is possibly taking in fuel. So we got air fuel ratio 6.9. Nice. Okay. Still no exhaust coming out. So I might actually have done that wrong. So let's give it a bit less air. Okay, no, so the air isn't the problem. So let's give it a bit less fuel. There we go, we had it for a second. You know what? That'll do for now. Okay. Oh, I guess we're out of fuel. But for a while we had it, for a little bit. So the engine itself does actually function. Which is great. We're quids in so far, lads. Okay, so we know that our fuel manifolds do work, and I'm actually going to have them pointing sideways as well. And then I'll probably put in like pumps. Only little ones, just so that I can inject fuel if I need to. And I've definitely put that the wrong way up. If the warning would go away, I could tell you. Okay, so that is actually the right way up, so good job. And then, yeah, so we're going to need to find somewhere to put a fluid tank. We'll take a pair of medium tanks. And we'll probably put them this way up, yeah. Yeah, the manifolds are in the way. If they're going to be sticking out anyway, I may as well put them up here. And not bother with pumps at all. There we go. And then once again link the WS to these just to make sure. Okay, so that should now work consistently. And you know what, we're actually going to worry about the coolant later. Our main concern is actually going to be, oh boy, balancing the fuel air mixture. Which, I'm not going to lie to you, I really didn't want to deal with. I was really hoping it would just like magically fix itself. But I know it hasn't. So we'll worry about we'll leave space for the cooling, but we'll worry about the cooling later. The battery as well. We're gonna stuff that way down. We're gonna put that under the seat. That's a perfect place for it. There we go. So we're going to connect up the power, and that's to the alternator as well, so that should keep the whole circuit charged. And yeah, we're going to leave this space here so that we can do the coolant eventually, but in the meantime we're going to grab a throttle lever, a physical one, not like a one from a control seat. And actually we don't need this right now, and I'm going to pop that, the most inconvenient of locations, between the driver's feet. And this is going to need to be tweaky as heck. It's going to need to be super duper sensitive. Actually no, the opposite of that, it's going to need to not be sensitive, because I don't want to overshoot. So this is going to be my mixture slider, and this literally is just going to put in more fuel or less fuel. So let me just grab one of these fuel things. Fuel manifold. Does it specify? Okay, thank you very much. Does it specify if it can go to like minus or not? What does it look like in the logic? Okay, so it won't tell you what it currently is. It'll only tell you what it can be. So we'll assume that it's between 0 and 1. So the start value of 0, and then we will gradually increase it, and there should be a point where the engine fires. And with that in mind, we should be able to keep the engine going. So first of all, air all the way up. Why isn't the engine starting? Button 1 is tied to starter. The starter is not connected to the electric, that's why. I'm also going to grab constant number, and I'm going to like pop that just up there somewhere. Or actually no, I'll just pop it you know what, yeah, up there is fine. And that is just purely going to go to the air manifolds, and it's just going to be 1. I can't see any reason why we'd need less air. Actually no, because that means then our maximum ratio will be 50-50, and we'll only ever be able to have less fuel than air, not more fuel than air. So actually we will leave that, and we have to put it on another throttle, don't we? God damn. Where have I got room for another throttle? Alright, I'm going to put one here for testing purposes only, so that if I do end up needing one, I can do it digitally. But I don't imagine that I will. And again, that needs to be, so what's that sensitivity? 15%? Yeah, we'll do the same. It's a sensitivity way down to 15. And then we'll call that air mix. There we go. And I'm going to save this as MICROLIGHT Heli 1. So inventive, I know. Okay, and it immediately fell over. Okay, give it some stability legs. There we go. That won't fall over. Okay, so I didn't connect them to the power. I promise I'm smart, guys. Okay, so turn that to 1, agonizingly slowly. Okay, so 4-0 it dies, 4-1 it dies, 4-2 it's too high, 4-1 it dies. And now it's dead again. I can't be out of fuel. These all seem fine. Unless there's like the drive shaft is damaged and I just can't see. Well, I don't know because it keeps spinning away every time I try to look at it. Yeah, no, it seems fine. So what happens if I take the air out? So yeah, there is definitely a sweet spot of around about 4.1, 4.2. Still all exhaust 0% though, so I think that could be the problem. So why isn't the exhaust coming out? Because that's quite important. Attach a manifold to a cylinder to provide an exhaust output connection for that cylinder. Cylinders that are chained directly adjacent to each other can also share a single manifold, so I only really need one of these. Because all of these cylinders are chained directly together. So they should be able to just share this exhaust manifold. Just like how they all share a fuel and an air. So maybe that was literally just the problem. I didn't turn the air on. So the air-fuel ratio drops pretty quickly, but that could just be because of the fact that the engine isn't like being started. Still exhaust 0. I don't get it, what am I doing wrong? Is it because I've got that exhaust on the end there? Like, we'll try getting rid of that, because if that's it, that would be great. Okay, so we want 4.1. Can I turn this one up from here? Yes, I can. Okay, so the air fuel ratio is 16.4, which I personally think that's probably too much. It's probably flooding the engine. but every time it was less than that, it just stalled. Okay, let's Google it. When in doubt, ask Google for help. Nope, you're supposed to be sound only. Okay. Okay, so there's a Steam community guide post and a Reddit post. We'll check the Reddit post. Does anyone know if the modular engine exhausts works with piping? Say I needed to put an enclosed pipe to the exhaust for a boat build. Will it flow normally? Okay, so the modular exhaust pieces work with pipes. That's fine. I think you're supposed to hook up a normal pipe to the exhaust manifold piece, then to the usual ports. That could be it. Let's see. Guide is broken because of E0.0.11E. So that's oh, guide is not up to date with the latest experiment. Oh, that's 0.9. Crankshaft, most important part by far. Consider the backbone of your engine. All your cylinders connect to this, but the crankshaft produces no power on its own. The cylinder is responsible for that. Okay, so crankshaft mode of crankshaft components connected in a single line with the ends with circles connected to each other. Yeah, that's fine. Second most important is where the magic happens. Okay. Connect them with the bottom of the cylinder touching a flat white part of the crankshaft. That was what was happening. Has to be attached to at least one cylinder. And is the outlet for exhaust fumes. Oh, it says the engine won't start with that. So clearly the engine did start, but it just doesn't run. Although this seems to imply that all of the cylinders need to be connected with the same, with regular manifolds as well, in order to share everything. So not a case of connecting the fuel and air manifolds to the general manifolds, just connecting all the cylinders with general manifolds, but they should be connected to each other directly anyway. Okay, well there was a top comment from the 7th of March. My engine doesn't seem to be working. When I look at the cylinder info, it just says exhaust 0%, so this might be a new issue. Let's see, can I find anything from the past month? Okay, let's check the official wiki. Okay. That didn't help at all. Okay, that's just the update for coal. Okay. How do exhaust pipes work? Do I need to make the pipes all exhaust piping, or do I lead it from the normal pipes? Only use one exhaust manifold from your engine per manifold slot. If you place two exhaust manifolds on each other like normal piping, it won't flow. That's exactly what I've done. So that's probably the issue then. That was actually amazingly helpful. So if that's to be believed, then the manifold literally just pulls it out of the engine itself. So these shouldn't be manifolds, these should be regular pipes. And then straight one, and then curve one, and then my lovely exhaust. There we go. So this should work. In theory. Don't quote me. If that post is correct, this should work. So 100% that. Climb in here, we'll do... We haven't even gotten on to like the actual flight characteristics of this thing yet. We're just trying to get the engine to actually start. Hey, so we've got exhaust. Stoichiometric -1, don't know what that means. Air fuel ratio 165,000. That's... Okay, so now that the exhaust is working, this engine seems to be running pretty well. Okay, so... Okay, so 0.4, it seems a bit more stable. Air fuel ratio 17.2. Oh, I should probably use a PID controller to manage the ratios, where I can just input what ratio I want. Nice. But, so yeah, exhaust 100% is 46 degrees. It's running at 20% efficiency, then I'll change that. That sounds annoying as hell. That's gonna suck. So if I use less air, so let's drop it down to like, oh, that's too little. So we'll go 70% air. I can then drop that down to, whoop, whoop, yeah, pretty much that. So, yeah, that's now a stupid number again. So it is purely the ratio, not the amount. So 11.1 seems to run alright. Oh, there's nothing coming out of here. Stoichiometric 1. Stoichiometric 0.87. So these are different. Exhaust 0%. Exhaust 0%. Exhaust 100%. 32. 27. So why isn't the exhaust working on this side? But it worked on the other side. So yeah, there's just literally no exhaust flowing. So yeah, that's just not pulling out any exhaust. Whereas that one is. That one's pulling -3, -4. And that one is just not. So is this particular one running? Apparently so. Although that's holding steady at 32. That one's up to 107. So I'm not actually sure any of the cylinders on this side are firing. But why wouldn't they be? Is there no fuel getting to them? Okay, yep, it's on fire. So that's something we'll need to test. Why aren't you getting any? I mean, the same could be said for a lot of people. Why aren't you getting any fuel? Because your throttle is exactly the same. You're connected in exactly the same way. And they both go to exactly the same kind of tank. And the starter runs directly to the crankshaft. Yeah, unfortunately, no, the flames do not make it go faster. The flames make it crash. I don't know though, without creating a whole controller just to figure out which cylinders are firing and which cylinders aren't, I have no way of knowing whether or not these are even on. And if they're not on, why not? I truthfully can't figure it out. They've both got the same amount of air, they've both got the same amount of fuel. They're literally connected. What happens to one should happen to the other. But I'm at a loss. See, look, these are all connected in the same way. That's definitely an exhaust manifold. See, that's an exhaust manifold. I've literally mirrored them when I built them. There should be no problem. This one, so this is the alternator. Basically, this is just taking the power and turning it into electricity. I could put it anywhere on here. So it's not actually connected at all. Do you see? It's only connected purely to this little bitty that takes power out. But I am actually going to have to change the position of this anyway, because I need the clutch to come out to actually connect to the engine. So this is just temporary. It's just purely so I can actually start the engine. But I don't even need this right now. If the battery dies, the battery dies. But beyond that, there's no difference between the two. So maybe it was just because I didn't have the starter on for very long. Maybe that did it. And now I'm going to try and remember what values it was. It was something like... Oh, okay, so that's not connected to the power anymore. Good job. Well done. This isn't at all complicated. Also, hi, nice to see you. Should have opened with that one, really. Okay, so I think this one ended up at like 0.4, and this one ended up down at 0.3, and it started. Okay, let's give it more air. Okay, let's give it less fuel. Ooh, okay. So you know what, that'll do. And yeah, so now both sides are firing. So it must purely just have been that I didn't have the starter on for long enough. Ah, nice. So 0.7. 0.7 and 0.3 seem to be fine enough. But now the exhaust apparently is at 0% for some of them. So, yeah. Okay, so it's at 100% for the bottom two. And then, so yeah, that efficiency 11.3. So you can see how these cylinders are basically useless because there's not enough exhaust manifolds. So, I mean, it did say they could share, but there's obviously like there always was a limit as to how much fluid can actually travel through a pipe. So, I said it was what, like the bottom three? So if I just grab like another manifold and put it down here, and then I could just like literally just grab a pipe and then grab a curved one. And then grab that, and that should fill out the missing gaps. And so it's got a double exhaust, which looks cool as heck. And then we can worry about the cooling, and then we can start thinking about connecting up the rotor. So it was 0.7, was 0.3 and it started and ran just fine. Obviously I'd like to fine tune it a little bit more. But yeah, that works just fine. And yep, these all have exhaust. That one doesn't, that one doesn't, that one doesn't, apparently. So what, is it just taking the easiest way out? Or are these just not? Is it the same on this side? Yeah, except this one's even worse. This one's got 1, 2, 3, 4 without it. Maybe if I leave the starter on a bit more, some of them will kick into life. Because obviously we're only firing on some cylinders now. And the annoying thing is I can't chain. I mean, I probably could if I deleted all of these pipes. Then possibly I could chain the exhaust so they'd all have their own specific manifold. So if I did like... But it says very specifically you can share exhaust manifold. It says you can share all of the manifolds. But then I did also find that article that was like, oh, they have to be connected with other manifolds as well. So for now we'll just do this and then connect them with a regular pipe. So we've got angle pipe here, then T-piece, 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 then another angle, exhaust. There we go, that should be fine. Obviously then now we've got to reconnect the fuel. Nope, those are angles. I want straight. Okay, so this one can still be an angle. Even angle. There we go. So, right, I'm now going to limit this to maximum value 0.7 and maximum value 0.3. Might not be the most efficient way of doing it, but it's going to make my life easier. Because I'm not trying to sort out the mixture right now. I'm trying to sort out whether or not it'll actually run and be effective. So, 100%, 100%, 100%. Fuck. Right back down to 0. The air fuel ratio is exact 16.0. Yeah, it's like these cylinders aren't even... It's like they're not connected and they're running on two completely different systems. So we've got air fuel ratio 16 and we've got air fuel ratio stupid. So 1, 2, 3 on this side before it goes silly. And 1, 2, 2 on that side before it goes silly. And as we saw, having more exhaust pipes doesn't make them any better. Even having... okay. This is the stupidest thing I'm ever going to do in Stormworks. And I've done some stupid things. I built a container depot that can fly. Yeah, just literally as many exhaust pipes as you can physically fit on a what is effectively, what did I say it was, a V12? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, it's a V12. And if this works, I'm going to cry a little bit on the inside. But I'm also going to be very proud. I'm also going to save myself some trouble. Start value 0.7. Start value 0.3. Oh. Well, they've all got plenty of it. See, these ones still have no exhaust. And they've still got stupid air-fuel ratio. Why? I'm going to keep it, because even though it looks stupid, I love it. Why have you got fine air-fuel ratio? Why don't you? This shouldn't be necessary. As far as I know, this should be fine. But we're going to try it anyway, because at this point I'm at a loss. As I've said. For a second I thought it had done it. I don't understand. I do not understand at all. These are all connected in every way they can be connected. Okay. Well, let's Google it again. Let's just see. Okay, so this is from the 20th of March. So it was last month. About a month ago. My modular engine is not receiving any fuel and the exhaust is not blowing anything out. I've watched multiple tutorials and tried rebuilding parts of the engine. It works fine when infinite fuel is on. Oh, you had 2 air manifolds. Hmm. Okay, so this this one basically was just that somebody forgot to put the exhaust back on, and obviously that's not a problem for us. This is all about stoichiometrics, which isn't relevant right now. Okay, so cylinder attachment. Cool, that didn't help. Manifolds. Okay, I think this is about cooling manifolds. So far, no help. Okay, so yeah, that's about cooling. I can't really stop and watch a tutorial in the middle of the stream. So, here's what we're going to do. I'm going to save this one as is, we'll come back to it. And we're just going to literally have a test bed. Literally just, boop, there it is, test bed. Just to see if we can actually just get an engine that works. Okay, so first things first. Oh no, we need to actually like raise this up a little bit because these engines don't like being on the ground. So crankshaft. The bits with circles need to be attached. So it's a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so 3, 4, 5, 6. So I'm doing a V12 again. Why, yes, you are correct about that. Thanks for the reminder. Okay, so sorry, we're doing a test bed. Is it working? Game you want to load? There we go. And yeah, no, I'm not going to stop and watch a tutorial in the middle. That's a no from me. So that's the most important thing. Now the cylinders. Okay, so the square part needs to go to the square part, right? And then these little ones with the little 4 circles should all attach together. Okay. Okay. Clutch we don't need right now. And then we need an air manifold on both sides. Oh, maybe I don't need them on both sides. Maybe that's what they're saying. Maybe I need air on one side and fuel on the other side. And that it will just magically work. Like maybe these are connected through the crankshaft, or maybe if I grab the manifolds like this, I can then, no, that's a T-piece, I can then connect them like that. So now they're sharing air and fuel. Either way, I need a That's not it, that's not it. What's a flywheel? Oh, okay, so that's irrelevant right now. Where's the little belt thingy? Oh, drive belt, there we go. So yeah, that goes there. And then we need the starter. Just like, you know what, we're going to pop this one underneath. Like that, there we go. So we've got, oh yeah, and then I'll do the exhaust coming out the back. Which again, I should actually only need one of them. But we're going to do 2, because it looks cool. Okay, then I need a battery. Then I need a throttle. I need 2 throttles actually. So then connect all of these together. Oh, and they need a button. Just going to be a push button. And that's going to go to this. Oh, that's going to go to the starter. This is going to go to the fuel. That's going to go to the air. So we'll call this one fuel air. That's still fuel air start. There we go. Oh, and then you obviously need a Yeah, I'm still planning to work out the kinks with the fuel air ratio. Obviously, that's more of what's the word I'm looking for? It's more of like an efficiency thing. At the moment, I'm literally just trying to get one to work. Like if this works, then I can apply that to the helo that we're actually working on. Hello, by the way, welcome to the stream. I'm assuming you know things about Stormworks because this is my first time messing around with the modular engines. So I will probably pick your brains like a lot. So then we have a hose. Is that So that is that no? That's air, and then pop a port on there. A little bit of rope. There we go, and this should work. I hope. Okay, so I'm gonna. Okay, so divide air by 2. So what? Have fuel be like a half? That's too tweaky. Okay, so that's... Yeah, it's doing it again. So my problem right now... let's just shut that off for now. My problem for now is that half of the cylinders have a decent fuel air mixture. They've got exhaust. They've got basically everything I need. But then the other half are just like acting like nothing's happening. So on the actual helo itself, I've got a fuel and an air manifold on both like, so this is basically the same engine just on its side. So I've got a fuel and an air on both sides, so they're acting kind of independently, and so I can manage to get 3 on each side working fine. But I can't get all 6 to not work to work effectively, if that makes sense. I also see what you mean now. So if I do like 0.2. And then if I put this up to like 0.4, that should work, right? Yeah, nice. Now what have I done? Yeah, we can certainly try that. So then grab that, pop that there. Obviously the configuration isn't like set in stone. I could make it like only 6 tall and have 4 separate ones. So let's try 0.2 and we'll have fuel like that. Nice. Okay, so yeah, once again we've got so it's kinda working. So far so good. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 out of the 6 cylinders working fine, and then that one's still having a bad day. And on the other side, yeah, this is all fine. And then again, the last one is still stupid. So thinking about it, could it possibly be? Is this one okay? Okay, so yeah, that one is still fucky. Could it possibly be because I'm running it weirdly? Yeah, so if I do this, does this mess up more of it? Yes. Okay, so I think the problem could also be that okay, so if I take those out, the problem could also be that I'm running it at the wrong kind of fuel air mixture. I'm actually going to delete these last 2. So that'll still be a V12 then. So that'll be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So that's 10. Yeah, 11, 12. And then pop an exhaust manifold there and there. And then pop a fluid exhaust there and there. Whoop. And then yeah, so this should work. And if I try and keep the air fuel mixture to a smart level rather than just a ham, because I wouldn't be surprised if that was the problem. So we'll do fuel 10, we'll do air 0.2, Okay, so you're fine, you're fine, you're fine, you're fine, you're fine. You're not fine, you're not fine. And then again. Okay, so now we're up to a V10, which is actually working. Okay, that one's still not working. Yeah, I'm gonna do that while we're here. So function. We only need one input, and then that'll be x2. Okay, and then I can link this to there. So that one should be going to the fuel, and then this one will go to the air. And yeah, that should work. No, other way around, right? Yeah, other way around. So that should be going to the air, and that should be going to the fuel. Cool. So, okay, so we've got a fuel that works, we've got air that works, we've got exhaust that works. So why are 3 of my cylinders still not working? And is it literally just that I'm pushing them too hard? I haven't done cooling yet either, so that could be another issue. I've also disconnected it from the power. Okay, I will check that. Okay, so that's 0.1 litres a second. They don't seem to be needing more air that I can see. Because right now, all of the cylinders are working. They've all got the right air-fuel ratio-ish, or they've got one that looks like. But it's when I go up that we start to have problems. So yeah, okay, I'll try adding a second port as well. So if I do a T-piece and a corner, I'll grab a straight as well while I'm here. So, right, so I'll have corner, T-piece, and then corner. I know this is a little bit too complicated, I just want to like space them out. And then port, and we'll give that a shot. Oh yeah, also a pump. So we've already got 2 cylinders that are acting as like connecting manifolds. So I think that should be fine. Yeah, okay, so I don't think that it's the air that's the problem. Things it doesn't give me any information as to what the reason for it suddenly getting a weird air fuel ratio is. It just says it does. Like, what? That's 33,000. That's obviously not right. That's obviously not right. Yeah, alright, we'll try a second air manifold as well then. So if I put that one, I'll just put it next to it. So I'll have them be separate completely. Have them be completely isolated systems. That way we'll know if there's any interference. So I don't want to risk maxing out pipes or whatnot. So we'll pop that up there, we'll pop that one up there. And then we'll bring that one down here. Add that. Nope, that was the wrong way around. Add that one to that. Add that one up there. Add that one down there. And that one's top it all off. So now we've got 2 air manifolds, which will need to be connected to the logic. Otherwise, we're going to have a bad old time. Nope, that one. Cool. And then if that works, then all I have to do is try and remember how to do it for the MICROLIGHT. And then we can get on with the easier part, which is trying to make it fly. Okay. Are you sure? Yeah, you're right, that was for the fuel. Sorry. Yeah, it confuses me. I'm not used to air being the kind of the governor. There we go. So, oh, look at that, almost 100% efficiency on those. And yeah, we've still got a sensible air fuel ratio, so let's push it a bit harder. And now we're getting silly. Okay, not too silly. Yeah, so that one is still getting silly. A rotary 8. Oof. Oof. I'm trying to do a microlight, so I don't even really need 12 cylinders. It's just I've got the space for 12. So if I've got the space for 12, I may as well use 12. I paid for the whole damn engine. I'm going to use the whole damn engine. But yeah, actually that seems to be working a lot better now. So I think it is purely a case of fuel air mix causing, you know, burnout effectively. Not literally, but you know what I mean. I can't think of a better word for it. Which is causing them obviously to then basically just... I think it's that the game isn't very good at telling you what the problem is. So it's saying there's a problem, but it's not saying exactly what. So it's leaving us guessing a little bit. Which is fine. So more exhaust wasn't the problem. And we've got fuel and air on both sides. So that's also not the problem. The problem is just the mixture of those things. So we're not running out of air, we're not running out of fuel. We're not running out of exhaust space. So I will connect them better with manifolds. And I will just do one manifold at the top and one at the bottom, I think. And then I'll do logic as well, obviously that'll save me some time. And then we can start worrying about the cooling. You know what, let's just check the cooling for now. So if I limit this, because it doesn't seem to need to go any more than sort of 0.3, if that. So if I start that, also I know it says fuel, but it means air. So if I whack this up to 0.3, we'll see how long it takes to explode. Because at this point it's gotten silly. So yep. So that's actually only running at like some of it. And at 2.5 those are still fucked. 2.0 those are still messed up. So it's only at 1.5 where they calm down really. Could get 1.6. Okay, so 1.6 is fine. 1.7 is... yeah, 1.7 is silly. So 1.6 is kind of the max we can push this. So I'll pop that to be 0.16. So 0.16 is full throttle. And we'll see how long it takes to explode. We'll watch this cylinder. Oh! Oh my god, you're right. We haven't been putting a load on it because I haven't had a rotor, I haven't even had a clutch. So the specific values of what will count as max or not is going to change, which means when we finally do put a rotor on it, we might actually end up not having any problems at all. Well, at least we've done some troubleshooting and I've learned a lot, which is important. And actually, cooling doesn't seem to be much of a problem right now. So maybe when we go back to the HELO, so I'm going to save this as modular engine test bed. Me TB. Okay, and we're gonna load MICROLIGHT Heli 1. And I'm gonna keep these stupid exhaust pipes because I think they look cool. You know what? No, I'm not actually. That's a bit silly. Yeah, I'm sure eventually it will, but I can worry about that nearer the time. I had mirroring turned off. Okay, so we're going to strip this right down. And try my best to replicate what we had. Okay, so. Oh no, that was too much. I can potentially consider putting them back on. Hey Jade, good to see you. Welcome to what is turning out to be a nightmare and a learning experience. Oh my god, so I've spent so long trying to figure out why things weren't working. And Mad for Mike Pro has been helping me out, teaching me the ways of the engine, and generally being an absolute baller and stopping me from braining myself. And now we've got to try and do it all over again. So manifolds were the first thing. So we had a corner manifold. Get rid of all this. So we had a corner manifold, and then we had the other cylinders. If I just do engine, probably be the easiest way. How is everyone today, by the way? Are we all well? Are we all well fed? Are we all well watered? Are we all well rusted? That's also quite important. 4 cylinders to the bottom crankshaft, 4 to the second. You mean this one? The second one? Because that's what I was planning to do. Not add 2 though, I was just going to add 1 and then delete. Probably delete this one actually. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then 6. So that'd be 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 11, 12, and then it's a V12. Oh, what you mean this one and this one? That's true. I don't know if I need an 8 though. I mean, this is a MICROLIGHT after all. Okay, actually, here's what we're going to do. We're going to, instead of having an inline V12, because that's a bit silly for something like this, we're going to go super safe space saving, and we're going to go for a rotary 4. For now, we'll try a 4. We will try a 4. And if it doesn't take off, then we'll go for more. Because obviously the whole point of a MICROLIGHT is that it is as small and as cheap as possible. I mean, as it is, this cockpit feels very big for a MICROLIGHT. So, okay, so, right, we're going to start all the way from the beginning. So, cylinders, crankshaft. And then we will come back to it. So I'm going to want it pointing. So for now we'll pop it like here. Pop it like, oh, fluid tank. If I put it on top of the fuel tank, then when it explodes, everything will explode and it'll look really cool. Don't need a large, need a medium. You know what, yeah, but we will have it that way actually. There we go. And in hindsight, actually that's not going to work because that's going to be too stuck. So if we have it like up, 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 there we go. And then yeah, we'll just stick it there in the stupidest possible place. So I'm going to have literally just that. That's it. That's all we get. Which feels like it's probably not going to be enough. I probably will have a third crankshaft just to add on to it. So actually, what I'm going to do, this is probably going to be real stupid. I'm just going to connect them all with manifolds like this. Just literally in a circle. And then we need a fuel manifold. We can turn this off now. Fuel manifold will go there because it's on the right side. Then the air manifold can go... No, that's a catalytic converter. Don't want that. We want to be dirty. That's because this is fluid still. Air manifold. There we go. So the air manifold can come from... oh yeah, well, actually, I'll tell you what. We'll put like a vent here. So we can use the internal pipes, because I always think they look real cool. They look fancy. Like someone actually knew what they were doing when they designed it. And then we'll put a... I keep wanting to call it a vent. It's bloody Among Us. It's confusing me. So we'll put a port just there. So, air, check. Fuel, check. Cooling we'll worry about later. I feel like I've missed something. Oh, well, I suppose I probably better put a clutch in. Oh, and then I'll need... Yep, exhaust. Bingo, right on. And so we'll do double exhaust, like this. Because I know Boo does love his double exhausts. And who am I to deny him? So we'll pop these on. Exhaust can go. Does it? Can it not just like take the power from what we've got? Because if that's the case, that might confuse things a little bit. To my poor delicate sensibilities. So I think we'll be fine. I think we'll be alright for now. I mean, if it does all explode and not work, I mean, I don't see it would slow down the engine necessarily. I mean, it's still 4 cylinders worth of torque, so it should be fine. But obviously it depends on whether like distribution is a thing. Like I said, I literally have no idea, and we're learning on the fly here. We'll try it like this for now, I think, just because it looks... It looks okay, but at the same time I might also like switch it up and move it onto the back. Like, have you ever seen the back of the Robinson R22 or the 44, whichever one it is, where it's got that, the engine is kind of like half exposed, the back it's got that nice kind of round fan thing. Oh yeah, we're gonna need cooling. We'll go without cooling for now, and then when it explodes, then we'll put it on, because I like to live dangerously. My main concern right now, though, is the this, not that. The this, because I haven't got anywhere to put it, and still have a clutch. Because I didn't think this one through. Exactly, comrade. When in Russia we have no need for cooling, because as you can see, I'm Antarctic penguin. Antarctic penguin, opposite side to Russia, but still cold. Yeah, pretty much like that. So, unless I guess I could put this at the bottom, but that's where the fuel tank is now. But I need it to start the engine, otherwise the engine won't start. Although I suppose I could sink this down a bit and just... What, a starter? I don't exactly see how else I'm supposed to start the engine. Oh, and also I like to have an alternator as well. No, there's a fluid pump. It's just for my peace of mind, really. Fluid tank. We went for the large one. That way up. And yes, down there. Then we'll put that one on there. And we'll put that one on there. And boys and girls and also AIs and also bears and sheep and all other of my friends. I think we've got ourselves a HELO. Oh, an electric motor. That could work. For now I'll stick with what I got because that's what I'm used to. And then we'll see. Oh, I need a battery. Oh no, I've already got a battery. So, that goes there, that goes there. Oh, the logic. Okay, so we can pop that one there above my head. So I know where it is. No, I can't, it won't fit there. Alright, that's no problem. We can stick it. Yeah, there we go. That'll do. Well, at least we're not going to run out. Okay, so we're just going to call this just mixture straight up. So this one is going to go to here. This is going to divide by 2, x divided by 2. So this one is going to go to the fuel manifold. This one is going to go to the air manifold. Oh yeah, clutch pressure for the generator we should probably get at some point. Starter is just going to literally just go right there. Okay. So I will assign that to the rotor brake eventually. And I'm more likely to have that on like... Oh, I can't just drop it because it'll explode. So I probably will have like a utility throttle for the generator clutch. And then I'll have a rotor brake up above my head probably. Oh, that's disappointing. But I suppose that makes sense. And then yeah, I'll just grab 2 of these. I mean, above the head makes the most sense for a place to put a rotor brake. So this can go there. And the minimum value will be 0. The same thing over here. So this is going to be Jenny pressure. No, just Jenny will be fine. And then rotor brake, even though it's not a brake. Verify all the electrics are connected. They are not. Now they are. Okay. And now I think we're ready for an engine test. Yeah, let's do it. Oh, it's already started at 30. Well, that's not promising. Okay, so far we're off to a bad start. Right, what's gone wrong now? So the air is fine. The fuel should be fine. It's coming in from there. That's diesel. Nope, logic, there we go. And that is half of whatever that is. Oh, but that's set to 3. Let's give that a try. Okay, so clearly something's up. That clutch is off. That fuel manifold is taking fuel, isn't it? Yeah, it's taking fuel. Ah, are we taking air? I don't think we're taking air. Yeah, the manifold's not bringing in any air. Okay, so why is the manifold not bringing in air? Okay, so we've got our angled pipe. Yeah, that is the right way, and there was a port on top. So that should have been fine. I don't know why that wouldn't be bringing in any air. It's connected to the throttle properly. And it's connected to that cylinder, which is connected to all the other cylinders as well. So they all should be receiving air. And in the right ratio too. Which means something ain't connected. It's a toggle. It's just so that I can leave it running while I see what's wrong. So yeah, air fuel ratio is 0. So, oh my god, I'm so stupid. Oh my god, I'm stupid. Wait, when you see this, you're gonna laugh. I used the wrong kind of manifold. Yeah, I used exhaust manifolds instead of actual manifolds. So no wonder nothing was starting. Right, we're just going to save that there. Okay, would have been nice to spawn it. There we go. Okay. There we go, she runs. She runs a bit too much. Go, efficiency 100, efficiency 100, efficiency 100, and efficiency 55.6. Why? What's up with you? You want a little bit? Want a bit more? I guess that one's just having a bad day. And yeah, so that we're not even really generating enough exhaust for our 2 exhaust pipes, but that's fine. But yeah, once again, we haven't actually got a load on it. But the point is, it works! Which is better than expected for the day. So we're going to not do that. We're going to turn on the mirroring. We're going to fill in this hole. Batu 331214. I'm going to say that as 331214. Thank you for the follow. Welcome to the stream. I'm glad you're having a good time, and I hope you're hanging around. So let's pop some nice looking bitties, and we'll get another one of those through pipes. Nope, that's an angle. That's a straight. There we go, like that. And now we can try not to explode even more. Oh, I need to make these pipes as well. Yeah, I hope so. I'm sure it'll be fine. I trust your building expertise. So angle, straight. So angle, straight, straight, angle, angle, straight, angle, and I left the mirroring on, didn't I? Okay, so angle, nope, other way. Angle, 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 even an angle. I know I did that one earlier, but I'm doing it again. Okay, cool. Ooh, a gearbox. I've left myself enough room for a gearbox. I'm gonna go without a gearbox for now. I know that's stupid, but bear with me. That's just purely for the fact that I will get to that when I get to that. Okay. End, not sure why that's called end. Didn't they change like the way that rotors actually work? Like completely. Okay. Yeah, because we've got rotor light and rotor small. I'm gonna go for small for now. Oh, I see. So these are the ones that I can stack. Yeah, there's a few of us, male VTubers. Not a whole load. There's definitely more women than men, but you know, I mean, I'm friends with a fair few. So I'll tell you, if I do the exclamation mark Twitter command. So yeah, if you want to follow me over on Twitter, a lot of the people that I talk to on there that I interact with are also male VTubers, so it's always a good place to start. Then yeah, hopefully I can live up to your expectations. So blade length, let's make that. That doesn't seem too stupid, but we'll go for 50 for now. And yeah, RPS 30, otherwise everything explodes. I was thinking I might use I could use a PID, but I don't necessarily need to. I could possibly manage that with just the brake. But again, this is just purely to see if it'll actually fly first. And I need a tail rotor as well. Okay, new plan. We're gonna do something stupid. Pipe. So we're gonna go for T-piece. Oh no, wait, we need a. Okay, so if I get a gearbox. Oh, we have 1x1 gearboxes. Oh, that makes me happy. That's alright then. I thought we were going to use the old ones. Nice. So if I do that, and then also, then I can enclose the pipe in something like this. So I did kind of want to have the tail just coming out the back, but we can work with that. This is a step in the right direction. There we go, and then we can have that, and then I'm literally just gonna have just a blank pipe. Pop it out here, and then pop a little corner on it, and then rotor again. Then bonk. Oh no, that's too big. Oh, rotor tail. There we go. And then we're going to make that a 2-blade as well. Can I change the blade size for that? No. And then I can put the small rotor up there. Make that 2 blades. Make it neutral. Then yeah, give it just normal size blades. Yeah, that should be fine, and then I can just unstupid this. Maybe if I do this, and then I guess Oh no, because that'll cover up the vent. So instead, we're gonna do fancy schmancy. Yep, there we go. Wedge 1/2, like this, and like that, and then he's got a hat. Okay, he's got a cute little hat, and he is trying his best. Don't tease him, okay? He's shy. Okay, so we can pop that on there. Yeah! This looks exactly as dumb as I thought it would. Okay. So we've got our clutch sorted. Gearbox, in terms of the ratio... what data do we have? Okay, so we have got RPS. So if I figure out what the kind of the normal RPS is for a decent run, I probably am going to put this at like we'll start it at 0.2, and then we'll see what the RPS is like, and then we can figure out a gearbox ratio from there. And then I can worry about putting on a gyro. I didn't actually link it, did I? Oh no, tell a lie. And actually I'm going to put a gyro on first. Stick that on there. Okay, so stabilized roll. Roll. Stabilized yaw. Yaw. Stabilized pitch. Collective. No, hang on. Stabilized pitch. Pitch. Stabilized up down collective. Auto hover always. There we go. Yeah, okay. So I'm going to quickly save that again in case I forget, and then just spawn that in. And there we go. So now if I okay. So RPS actually goes up to 60. But that sounds a bit too much. So if we take it down to 15, RPS goes down to 40. Oh, and then I never actually added anything. Oh, but that's because the load wasn't on it. Let's bring this down to... So yeah, 0.2 it stabilizes at around 60-ish. So I could probably do 3 to 1. No, 2 to 1. So if I go ratio 2 to 1. So that'll be every 2 turns of the engine is 1 turn of the blades. And then if I actually link up my controls, that would be nice. So WS will be pitch, A and D will be roll, Q and E will be no yaw, and mouse buttons will be up down. Rotor brake is up there, and engine throttle is down there. So we should have everything we need. I am also going to quickly exchange these legs for skids. And I'm also not actually going to use blocks. I mean, obviously I am for like the attachment points, but I'm not going to use blocks for the actual skids because they look too chunky. I'm also not actually going to do that one. I'm going to do the one behind it. And then we can start worrying about things like whether or not I can add a door. I think this might actually be worse than blocks, I'm not gonna lie. Let's see. Yeah, that's horrible, I hate that. I'm gonna make this a T-piece and then extend it outwards, and then we'll see. And I'll give it the benefit of the doubt. Save that. There we go. Yeah, that's not bad. Alright, here we go. The first Tesla. I need to change the music for this. This is more of a... This is more of a... This is a... This is a happy EDM moment. There we go, nice. Oh my god. Boo, you're a fucking genius. Genuinely, I think you might actually be like a medical genius. Like, not like a genius of medicine, but like a medically diagnosable genius. That's beautiful and I love it. Okay, then we have straight ones. Like, we don't regenerate enough exhaust yet, but I'm sure we can fix that. And then we will add... because they need to be a bit longer anyway. So we'll just bonk those on there. Love it. Nice. And then we can think about like a name. We could think about, you know, painting. Rotor brake off. Bring that down to, what was it, 0.4 did I say? About that, yeah. Okay. Up. Up, please. Okay, up. Okay, so... okay, so slight problem. I forgot to connect the gyroscope to the power. And also the clutch to the power. But that's not the point. Okay, let's just pretend that didn't happen and try again. Oh, actually, also my axes are still sticky. And I'm also going to make this one a push. There we go. Yeah, you got to say MICROLIGHT HELO. Yep, yep. Okay, so we'll leave this at 02. Engine start. Rotor brake off. Mixture a bit more. Oh, my tail rotor's not spinning. Whee! Boy, do I love these new mechanics. Why aren't you spinning? Why aren't you spinning? Why? Should be connected from the clutch. Oh, that's why. Figured it out. Figured it out, guys. I'm so smart. And yeah, basically it's just advanced Beyblades at this point. No, that looks ugly. Like, I know he's probably insecure, but that's not the point. Also, hey Speedy, welcome to the stream. I'm not sure how long you've been here for, but you've probably missed a lot of suffering. Pain, pickle. Okay, here we go. So, 02, engine start. Brake off. Set to 0.3. Confirm stabilize. Stabilize. Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and do that. Let's see. Tail rotor. And then I'll need to connect it back up. I'm gonna make it 2 blades again. So I think it fits with the kind of the chic. What do you mean? Flip it so it's like this side? Nope, that's still small rotor. So like, you want this bit at the front, and then like this. Yeah, that looks right. Then logic, we want this to be connected to stabilize yaw. And now we get to do the whole thing again. Also, wait, hang on. Is this set to positive or neutral? No, it's neutral. Okay. Okay, so engine start. Rotor brake off. And oh yeah, okay, we're gonna need more juice. Okay, yep, so I definitely need to give it more juice before I take off. I'm actually also just gonna move it to the floor so that it doesn't keep like bouncing around. So 0.3 is not enough to take off. Oh, not enough to take off and fly. So if we say 0.35. Oh, I've got a 4-bladed rotor again. Unfortunately, I have no other choice. Because this is where we spawn. Okay, yeah, and 0.35 still not quite enough for reliable flight. .4 seems good though. And we're off. Yeah, there we go. So we'll just do like a small flight around the island itself and then we'll land back down. But yeah, this is very much going to be like a single person island hopper. Yeah. 100%. 100%. Like, it's like they say, it doesn't matter if it's stupid if it works. Because if it's stupid and it works, it's not stupid. And even though this thing was scuffed as hell for a huge portion of this, and even though it looks like a rejected suite from like the Polo factory, it works. And it doesn't actually work terribly either. Still a bit tweaky on the yaw, but I think it might actually accidentally be positive. The smoke is the exhaust coming out of the engine, So we did actually have exhaust pipes on it, but then Boo had the amazing idea of just having it come out the skids, since we were using pipes for skids anyway. Okay, so we'll put down. There we go, and then we can throttle down. Rotor brake. Oh, okay, that's going to be a problem. I can't I can't release my rotor brake whilst I'm sat in the seat. Oh, we never turned the generator on, so I hope the battery isn't, like, dead. Yeah, the battery's fine. So I don't foresee that being much of a problem. And yeah, now here we are on top of this mountain. Yeah, it's only off when I'm out of the seat. So yeah, then we can put that back on, put that back up. Let's see how it fares with the Jenny load on as well. If we got to 4.5. Does sound annoying as hell though. Sounds like a little bee coming in. Okay, let's... Oh, actually, if I put on some of those, like, headphones they added for, like, the multiplayer and that'll cancel some of the noise. Oh yeah, flight instruments. We've got to do flight instruments. Hat, we'll do headset. That should mute things a little bit. So this at the moment is RPS, but it's going to be... So we're going to need altitude, we're going to need something else. So that is actually neutral, so it's fine. I'll make that 2 blades. So we're going to make this altimeter. So that's going to be 0, and then we're going to put that up to like 10,000. I'm sure actually the altimeter will cap out above that. This one is going to be airspeed. And that's going to be 0, and then we'll have to figure out what the top of that is. And then this one is going to be, oh yeah, fuel. Battery remaining won't really be a problem, I don't think, because like you saw that flight, we didn't even scrape the battery really. So, first thing we're going to need is distance sensor. Oh, 500 meters is the range for that one, so maybe not that one. Altimeter, that's what we want. Oh, just put distance above sea level in meters. Oh, that's right. I have a Hassel multi-altimeter I made. This is a good time to showcase that. So automatically switches between or actually I think we switch between height above sea level and height above terrain, depending. So height above terrain is the distance sensor, height above sea level is the altitude. The readout is going to be this one, and to switch it, the mode indicator. Oh, mode indicator. I don't have an indicator, so that's fine. And yeah, looking at the logic, yeah, okay, so it switches when it goes above 250 from height above terrain. And then it'll switch automatically, even though it does have a maximum readout of 500. Like, you're not really going to need to know your height above terrain, but that does mean I probably will need an indicator. Ooh, that's a good idea. What if I link the indicator light to the backlight. That way, if it lights up, we will know that it's in sea level mode. So that's that taken care of, and then we need a speed sensor. Oh, we got angular or linear? We need linear, don't we? So we can delete this, put that in there, and that will put out that. This is going to be absolute directional horizontal. Horizontal is side to side, vertical is up and down, directional is along the front. We'll go for absolute. No, we'll go for directional, because it is forward airspeed, not vertical airspeed. We probably should have a V-speed indicator too, but this is a microlight, it's very limited in dials. And then fuel obviously is just going to be straight up coming out of the fuel tank. I believe these have 7,600. We'll do 5,000 for now. Save these, test them out. And then with the remaining half an hour we can fine tune, and we can sort out things like having the Jenny be automatic. I didn't change the rotor brake position though, did I? So yeah, we can change things like that. Yeah, technically you're correct in terms of like instrument flight conditions or meteorological flight conditions. But we're assuming that this is mostly going to be for VFR rated pilots and is not designed to fly in adverse weather conditions. Although we probably should test it in adverse weather conditions just in case. So altitude doesn't work apparently. Airspeed, this is in meters per second, so I have to convert that to knots. Fuel, so yeah, fuel was 680. We'll go for 670, and yeah, we're still getting quite a lot of yaw, so we might have to trim that out. There we go. So now she's as sure-footed as a mountain goat. Can she go up and over? No, we haven't got enough juice. If we go full throttle, let's do some aerobatics while we're here. I mean, we can't really do that with auto hover turned on. Yeah, so having the auto hover turned on is kind of causing us some problems there. So yeah, I think having the auto hover constantly on is good, because civilian pilots without training shouldn't be doing aerobatics anyway. And yeah, I think she functions just fine. Like I say, with that little bit of trim, it's literally 0.15 to trim out the yaw. And then we can put in some, we don't even need equipment really, although I suppose like a fire extinguisher wouldn't go amiss, just in case. And now we need to figure out why the altimeter isn't working. Convert the airspeed to knots and change the fuel to be like probably 700. So I overestimated a little bit. Airspeed, yeah, we need a function block for that, and yeah, the altimeter wasn't working. Do they need to be connected to the juice? Yes, they do. Well, one of them does. The altimeter doesn't. And we've also got doors to do as well, don't forget. Which could be like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So if it was one higher, that would be a simple case of just putting a door on it. Literally just a regular ass door, but there's no windows with those doors. And we can't do a custom door because they have a frame and the frames are bulky. Function first of all. Having all the logic exposed on the back isn't a problem. So that's going to come out to there, and that's going to come from there. So conversions. So that's going to be this. Can I just click on this? No. So x by. We'll go for just 1.94 and round it down so it'll be close enough in knots. And now that should work. Is there a way to like preset the trim? Yes, so 0.15, save that as is. AI, none for now please, and then we'll save that as this. Okay, doors. Okay, I'm actually also just going to leave this just on all the time. Constant number. Where can I hide you? Is there any spare blocks around here? No. I'm just literally going to stick it in like there because I've run out of good space to put logic that's not in the way. So that's going to go to the generator there. And that's going to be set to 1. And that way the gen will always be on and will always be generating power, which is not a problem. Oh boy, okay, how are we going to get inside? I could just leave the window, like, just leave it open. Like, that's not illegal. It's not even uncommon. Oh, yeah, this needs to be in a different place though. Really though, it ought to be forward by 1. If that causes too many problems, I'm just going to leave it and just have to undo it when I get there. Ah, okay. Doors. We have got sliding hatches, but again, there's no window, so we'll be able to see. I could put it on a mechanical hinge. That could work. That could work. Like, it's a bit big and it's a bit stupid, but I could build a window around it, maybe. If I delete, okay, so I'm going to mirror it. If I delete like this, and then just put that like that, no, that's not quite enough. Actually, you know what? That's fine. And then I can do windows. It doesn't need to be watertight. It's not supposed to go in the water. And if it does, you want to be able to get out anyway. You're not going to want to be sat in there. And then a large window. Yeah, there we go. And then and then also attach this. Okay, so it's going to be minus. And is it minus for the other side as well? Yeah, so it'll be minus for both sides. It wants it to open outwards. Probably not forwards, it probably should be opening the other way. But I really can't put that in. So gear ratio 1:1 is fine. Then 1:1, speed is fine. Max power, we don't really need much. But we'll just go 30%. And the same thing, we'll just go 30% for that. Let's go with some nice smooth jazz. But it's not smooth jazz, it's just regular jazz. But really, who knows the difference? Yeah, that's nice. I like that. Okay then, kids. So in terms of actual logic, this just has rotation target. So I'm gonna have a throttle. This is for testing purposes. Do not try this at home. So plus will be more in, minus will be more out. No, because that's in the way there. So I'm going to have it like here, and then I'll know how much is closed, how much will be open. It's not connected to the power. Okay, so connect up those, connect up those. Oh, and also these aren't connected either. Don't know. Oh, that's because they were connected through the generator switch anyway. So save that, spawn that. Right, let's test these doors out. So right now it's on zip. I need this to be able to go to -1, and that might not even be enough. Okay, we're gonna have it go from 0 to -90. Actually, we'll have 90 to -90. Okay, and it's just not moving at all. Did I actually connect the logic up? Of course I didn't. Why would I have done? Okay, so you okay, bud? We're gonna pretend that didn't happen. Cool. Okay, so -90 is there. Okay, so yeah, it's going to be 0 to -90. So yeah, so that's closed, that's open, and then that's closed again. I mean, actually, even like, okay, so 0.1 is open. So actually, it's 0 to -1. Nice. Very nice, very nice. So then I can hop in, and then so like the idea is it's gonna be like a button, I think. Probably up there actually, it's a pretty good place. So we don't need this. So then we'll need a numerical switch box. Okay, numerical junction. Yeah. I know that's not like how it actually goes, but I don't care. I've run out of spaces for logic again. Where's a good place to stuff this? You know what? Just there is just fine. No one's gonna notice. Yeah, so I'm gonna have it on like a button, like a double-sided button. So it'll literally be like here. Or actually I might even build it into the door itself, like if I pop it like You know, like no one's gonna notice. And then if I just grab like this block here, and then constant number. So we'll have 0. We'll have so we'll have this one be 0, this one be -1, and then logic can happen. So we're gonna have this be switch signal, that be switch signal. Actually, I only need one of these on either side. So that one can be 0, that one can be -1. So then off is going to be 0. So the off path Yep, I need a switch box, not a junction. I went Swedish for a second there. There we go, numerical switch box. Okay, so switch signal is there and there. The first value on is going to be this -1, and then the 0 is going to be the second value off, and then this one is going to get this one, and this one is going to get this one. And I promise this looks really confusing and really complicated, but most of this is just filler. So now, if it doesn't explode, which it didn't, I can press that. I didn't connect it up to the power. Alright, let's try that again. So now in theory, I press this button, I hop in, I press that. Cool, so that one hates it too. Why? -1, 0. So this should be off. So 0 should be off. This one 0 goes to off. Off. That one -1 goes to on. And then, yeah, these buttons should switch it over, right? Maybe if I do this is like -0.95 or something. Then I should just go boop. Ah, I see the problem. Switch boxes are in the way. Okay, so, oh god, I picked up the wrong bloody thing again. This is a good song. So this one will switch this one, that one will switch that one. You see how easy it is. Yeah, you're exactly right. You see how easy it is to just lose time doing all the dumb little things. So off and off, and then on and on. Set that back to -1. Save and continue. Then we can do navigation lights, and then we can okay. Then we can think about painting and naming, and then yeah, we should be good to go on a raid. Hopefully, a few of you have stuck around, so I should have a good, decent team of penguin raiders to go and brighten up someone's day. Yeah, honestly, it really is. It's very intimidating at first, especially if you jump in, you see something like someone's built like a full-on like Chinook replica or something, and it's all singing, all dancing, very confusing. but it literally is just a case of putting the right shit in the right place and then praying that it works. And then when it doesn't, trying to figure out exactly why. Okay, so let's get ourselves in a harbor, shall we? We need more juice. Why are we drifting? We shouldn't be drifting. Okay. That's actually a really useful point of putting the exhaust coming out of the skids, is that I can see exactly how we're drifting, and it's really useful for me for trimming out all these little like bits and pieces. That was a good job. So long story short, put engine together, put fuel in engine, attach engine to rotor, HELO go brr. That sums up basically what happened. So can I open these in midair? I can. Can I jump out of it? Yes! Probably shouldn't have done that. Oh no, there it goes. So yeah, it won't fly without the auto hover. And yeah, thankfully the lack of cooling doesn't seem to be any sort of an issue at all. Like, I don't think I could make this explode even if I tried. Okay, so navigation lights. So let's see, I need to delete that. And I can just put one on there, so light. Okay, so we're going to pop these there. And then another one just up there. Okay, so with the painting tools, so you've got a few different kinds. You've got the regular paintbrush where, like, say I was going to paint this like yellow, I could just and just make it yellow. You've got replace colour, so everything that is white, boom, that's all yellow now. Plain fill, which obviously just feels like just anything that's lined up there. That's a bit harder to use on like ships where you've got like walls that clip in between. I will come back to your question in just a second. And additive, which is what we are going to be using now. So that changes things like the light in this door. I can change what colour that is, or in this case I can change that light to red, that light to green. Do you mind? Thank you. That light to green. And then when they light up, that is the colour that they will be. Can you make a helicopter that goes underwater? Sort of. I mean, some of the rotors do actually specify. Yeah, at that point it's technically a submarine. But yeah, some of the rotors do specify it only works. So yeah, as you see, this one, it's decreased when underwater. So if we scroll down to the propulsion thing, like this one, the propeller only works underwater. You know, I think the ducted fans don't matter; they'll work wherever. Oh, sorry, big stretch. Sorry about that. And yeah, things like the small rotor that we're using again is decreased. So you could do that, but why would you? Like, if you want that to be my next project, I'm sure I can work with that. I mean, if I made a Mark IV that can be a boat, a Mark IV tank that can be a boat, I'm pretty sure. A helicopter that can fly underwater. Technically, everything underwater flies. Like, look at me. Like, I'm a penguin. Penguins can't fly in the air, but if you've ever seen a penguin underwater, we're just like the birds in the sky. We flippy flappy our little wings, and we go whoosh. That's how it works. That's the technical term. So let's see if I go down to my... Oh yeah, also microcontrollers. I showed you it briefly with the multi-altimeter. Let me show you something that's a bit more exciting. Excuse you, I'm exactly like a helicopter. Let me show you my multi-button adder. So if I click if I pop that like there for a second. So if you have this thing called the microcontroller editor, which lets you add custom logic gates and things. So like in this instance, it's just a case of all 4 switches must be pressed to send the signal. So switch 1 and switch 2, switch 3 and switch 4, and then switch 1 and 2 and switch 3 and 4 to output the signal. Obviously that's a very simple one. You know, I've made some pretty complicated ones. I think my favourite one that I've ever made is this engine order telegraph, like they used to use on the big old steamboats. Honestly, I'm gonna try that next time I do a Stormworks stream. So with this EOT, as you can see, this looks really confusing, right? But basically what it boils down to is these numbers all translate to different clutch engagement levels, which translates to the engine speed, or it might be throttle levels actually. And looking back on it, it's actually quite difficult to see. But you can see I've got an increased speed button, a decreased speed button, and a counter that keeps a track of what speed we're currently set to, whether that's stop, a third ahead, slow ahead, a third ahead, ahead half, ahead full, ahead flank. This one was built specifically for my fair mile, which I might show you in a minute actually if I'm feeling generous. But yeah, you get it. It's really cool, and you can get as in-depth or not with this game as you like. So anyway, this one was going to be not a 2-tone, it was going to be a... Yeah, no it was going to be a 2-tone, and I'll do an emergency flasher for the light at the back. I'm running out of space. So this one goes to the starboard side lights, this one goes to the port side lights, and then button 2 is going to be to turn those on. Button 2 is going to be to turn those on, and then the emergency flasher, we can just stick that there. And if any of you tried to tell me that you don't keep an emergency flasher just in case you need to spook somebody, then you're lying. I'll put that on 2 as well. And what colour should we paint this? I think we should go for a nice like a purple. No, maybe not. Maybe like a deep blue. Like a sort of because I want it to look like semi-professional. Like the kind of thing somebody could like rock up to like a big business meeting in and be like, oh yeah, I have a helicopter. Yeah, we can have a racing stripe. What do you think, like blue and then like with a white stripe? We could give it like a nice brown interior too. I'm going to actually turn on the mirroring for that. We'll figure out the exact placement of the stripe in a sec. I'm just going to get like the base colour in. I don't want to replace it with the white because I want to change the interior to a different colour. So if I replace it now, it's going to cause me problems in a bit. Let's see. The skids are going to stay grey. I mean, they're white right now, but I'll make them grey. This is definitely my favourite part of building things, is coming up with the libraries. Like my search and rescue library is one of my favourites. So I've got, let me see if I can find an example. So I've got my fire rescue library, which is bright orange. Medevac is a kind of neon yellow. That's also for ambulance and fire, you can see there. Racing vehicles are usually green and purple, because of course they are. Military, I've got olive drab. That one was a weird one. That was a fire tractor with like a cannon on the front. Let's see. I've already got many of my libraries saved. Oh yeah, obviously the Royal Mail was red. And yeah, it kind of goes from that. I'll show you. I'll showcase a few of these vehicles eventually. Right, so let's keep painting. Okay, oh, that needs to be that one square. I imagine, thinking about it, that a helicopter like this underwater would basically be a sea moth from Subnautica. So, yep, that's got to be blue, 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 blue. Okay, so do you want like a dorsal stripe like along the top, or do you want like a ventral stripe along like the side? I think along the side would look nice. So like maybe like this. Yeah, I probably could. I don't think it makes like a massive difference though. No one's going to be like, unless it stopped you from getting in, but I don't think it would do. I mean, I don't even need 2 doors. I probably could actually have had like, do you remember those like bubble cars with the whole front swung open? I could probably have managed that. Okay, so I'm going to actually change the location of this stripe. And if we have it, so we skip those, then we have it running down here. Or should we make it a bit bigger? Yeah, and then we can... Yeah, that looks okay. Oh, these pipe connections. Yeah, they are really, aren't they? But like I say, that's something I can refine and fine tune further down the line. I wish you could like paint parts of blocks without having to paint the whole thing. So the skids need to be grey. Oh, that needs to be dark blue. I've missed a spot. And then the interior will go for a nice like a leathery brown, I think. Oh, actually, we'll go for like wood effect for things like the panel, these. The floor also will go for like a wood effect. This console needs a wood effect. Wood effect everything. This is high class. This isn't your average common microlight. This is like your M&S microlight. There we go, so wood effect on all of that, and then I guess we'll do like wood effect. What, the skids? I probably could, a little bit, not too much. The seat itself, I'll keep these being the wood effect. I think that looks nice. Okay, so that's going to have to stay blue. And then, yeah, the wood effect was going to have to go on there. There. No, that's still blue. Okay. And then the seat will just go for like a... Nope, we'll just go for like a grey for the seat. Boring grey. I'll go for like a dark grey. Yeah, nice. Well, these need to be wood effect. There we go. And then, yeah, these ones I will pull them forward, definitely. There we go. How's that? Black windows? I'm actually going to extend these even further. They're not quite far enough forward for my taste now. Can you tint windows? You can't, can you? Obviously, I'm agreeing that I think the black windows is going to be better than trying to have some of them be stripe and some of them not be stripe. Oh, I still missed a spot. Okay. And then, yeah, I'm actually going to make this... I'm actually going to bring the stripe down to here. And then have these still be blue. Yeah, now we're getting somewhere. I'll pop that one white for the stripe. And then, yeah, okay, so there's still also this one. This is the real fine detailing that nobody asked for. There we go. Oh, I'm also going to make these blue. And I'll make these white to compensate. There we go. So, with that, I am going to make those ones white after all. I'll also make this a nice kind of a grey. There we go. Lovely. And I'll pop some blue on these. Yes, the white light is on purpose. It's a strobe light. Cool. So, we need a new name for this one now that it's finished. What should we call it? The name suggestions, anybody? I'm open to suggestions. Let's see. And no Speedy, I'm not calling it the Speedy. It's not even that fast. Okay, well, let's call it the Salty Airlines. No, the Salty Aircraft. HELO. Yeah, HELO Ultralight. Yeah, 4. No. But that doesn't fit with my naming scheme, really. Then again, I haven't really done any sort of naming scheme. I've just been kind of making it up. I'm not calling it the Beyblade, that's silly. I do kind of like UL4, Ultralight Inline 4, Rotary 4. So actually, yeah, let's just call it the Ultralight HELO Rotary 4. Ultralight HELO Rotary 4 Spinadello. Mazza Spin, because he's exactly the sort of dumbass that would fly one of these. And there we go, the ULH 44. Oh well, would you look at that? We have just put on the finishing touches of the detailing. I'm going to go and test the lights, and then I actually want to quickly show off the Fairmile replica that I made with the EOT. It doesn't work very well, but I'm going to be upgrading that with the modular engines. Yeah, exactly. So I'm gonna quickly show that off because I love it, and then we're gonna go on a raid. We are gonna go raid somebody, make their day, and I will briefly plug myself because that's exactly who I am. So yeah, what did we just call it? Yeah, we called it the ULH R4 Mazda Spin. The Ultralight HELO Rotary 4, named after the Russian F1 driver Mazepin, whose first name is so forgettable that I just don't remember. Famous for molesting women, terrible track manner, including throwing debris at opponents while they are racing, and of course having the shortest F1 debut in history that ended because entirely of his own fault, because he bought his way in. But that's not the point. That's not the point right now. In case you couldn't tell, I don't like him very much, but... Okay, so I've missed a bit of the wood effect in there, but that's fine because nobody can see it. I didn't connect the lights up, didn't connect them to the power. So we'll connect them like that. And while I'm here, I may as well quickly do that last little snippet of the wood effect painting. Can I get inside, please? Thanks. Nice. I didn't save that either. Come on, save. There we go. Perhaps I will switch it back to... for now, I'm going to keep it with Mazzaspin just because it's hilarious to me. But yeah, there we go. So there's the nav lights. So you can see we've got our... That's a bit fast. It is designed for boats, so it's understandable. And then yeah, we'll take it out. We'll do a short hop over to the... I might actually permanently limit that to 0.45. No one should be doing anything more than that. Gonna do a short hop over to the... Ooh, come on, off the ground. Okay, so something's clearly gone wrong. What have I not tested it with? Okay, so we're going to put that at 50 for now. Lights can't make that much of a difference to the weight, surely. Oh yeah, we never actually set a maximum for the airspeed in knots, so we probably should do that. And then yeah, well, like I say, we'll quickly hop over. This is turning into a slightly longer stream than I anticipated, but that's fine. Come on, over to here. The Fairmile was one of the... so one of the other games that I usually play on stream is War Thunder, as the others will attest. I do enjoy naval, especially like British naval. And the Fairmile is one of the key boats in that, especially in the early levels. So when I had the Fairmile A, I took a lot of screenshots of it to really get the shape of it right, because I wanted to build an exact replica as close as I could. Right the way down to the engines. Obviously at that point modular engines didn't exist, so I was stuck having to do the 3 engines. As you can see, the shape of the hull caused issues because of the way that Stormworks renders blocks, so this caused a lot of drag and was not very buoyant, and so I had to add this keel as well. So this keel with the stabilizers is not historical. I've had to add that myself because of the fact that she just tipped over. But either way, I'll give you a brief tour and show off my EOT as well. So first of all, as we come aboard, we've got this, which is actually a water cannon. So it can not only be moved around like that, but also the turret itself will pivot. So you can pitch it up, pitch it down, so that if there happens to be a fire nearby, then you can deal with that at least fairly well. But as you can see also, does tend to make the boat tip a little bit. So I never did quite get this list. So in the game, obviously that is the main cannon of the boat. These in the game are anti-aircraft cannons, but obviously we don't have those yet. So I instead made them searchlights, which again can be pivoted, and also have to be pivoted in order to get the this raft off. Yes, exactly. I couldn't think of a way of doing, apart from using the doors hack, which only works until water gets into it. I couldn't think of a way of doing like an actual raft, so I had to live with this. That's a hatch down to below, which we'll cover in a minute. At the front here we've got the anchor, which obviously causes problems, and also an emergency escape raft with like a beacon and seats and everything. This does actually float. That one over here does float as well, but it tends to capsize. This is the ship's funnel. Oh bollocks. Come on, up we go. I never did quite solve the listing problem. This is the main way below, but first we'll go up. So we've got the battle bridge up here, which has a copy of the EOT, and the main bridge is in here. So this is a weather station. We've got a navigation station just here. It does also have lights, which is nice. And this actual EOT, as well as the main. So that's the auto clutch. Stabilizer is currently on, even though you wouldn't know it. And the engine starts. Okay, and now so we should be going a slow ahead. And then every time we tick up, you see how the EOT changes. So that should be halt, reverse. So it's got an auto clutch as well, so like automatically reverse. So that should be back slow. So we got forward slow as well. I need to restart the engine. The auto clutch doesn't work very well. It's got ahead slow, ahead 1/3, ahead half, ahead full, ahead flank. So we'll go at ahead full for now. And as you see, as she goes, she straightens out just fine. And then obviously we can straighten up even more with the wheel. I'm gonna quickly pop the cannon back the right way up. There's also alarms all over the ship for collision, just like obviously in the game if you get too close. So these are outputs for steam from the engine. It's not a steam engine vehicle, it's just that's what the engine does for coolant. This is the captain's ready room. Don't think that exists in the game, or even necessarily on the actual boat. I just wanted something to fill the space. So that hatch can be closed from the top or the bottom, and that way the captain can go down and deal with his captainly duties, and at the same time can be ready at a moment's notice to head onto the bridge. So let's head below, and we're in the radio room. So this actually, I've turned it into a sonar station, even though obviously in the game it's something else, and this is an actual radio station. Forward of here is the medical room. So we've got 3 medical beds, a waiting area, and an actual doctor's office, including a measuring chart. I spent a lot of time on this, in case you couldn't tell. So this, that was the way up. This is the engine room. So as you can see, I've got these 3 medium engines, which I do need to change eventually to be more realistic to what they actually are. Now that we've got this modular engines, that should be possible. And this does also have a hatch up as well, in case there's an emergency. And that's it. Obviously there's also things like ammo stores, which aren't accessible from you know, the interior of the boat. I think actually they might only be accessible from, yeah, so here's the rear ammo storage, which is actually an equipment store at the moment because there is no ammo. All these rooms have lights as well, by the way. Come on. Come on. As you can see, I designed this very well. And the forward one as well is accessible just like that, and I think that is actually also an equipment storage room. The anchor could be dropped from there and then thrown overboard, and obviously, like I said, this is actually attached, so if the boat should start to sink, then you can just hit that button and it detaches and it'll float off by itself. So yeah, the EOT actually ended up being a way to solve a problem, because I kept having the engines overheat and explode. So I had to come up with a way to fix that without going mentally insane. So yeah, it seems that the listing issue and the buoyancy issue will only really be solved when these wedges finally get the love and attention that they deserve, which personally I hope will be part of the Steam update, which is coming, on account of the fact that a lot of Steam ships do have these weird shapes. So for now, I'm going to teleport us back to the workbench and get rid of this. And now, without further ado, I think it's a good time to call it a stream. So I'm going to save this world as create a streamy, and we'll go over here and let's take a look and see who is online. While we're doing that, I don't have any specific schedule set for this week because I'm working, you know, our human host is working quite a lot at particularly weird times at the moment. I was hoping to try and do Spooky Sunday again and carry on with Alien Isolation because I was really enjoying that. Perhaps I'll do Faz, perhaps I'll do War Thunder. Really, it is going to be a case of following me over on Twitter. So that's when I will put up whether I or any of my colleagues will be doing a stream of any particular kind. Whether that be whatever of those games I just said, or whether I just decide to carry on with Stormworks for a bit and do something else, like maybe an underwater helicopter, submarine. Yeah, we can see. So she's not a VTuber. Haruka Karabu is streaming. She's lovely. She's a reindeer girl. She's great, but she's a bit big, little a big for me. I have rated her before, but it's better not to. There's Lejour, who is I think is a male VTuber but has a female avatar, and Domi. I feel like we raided Domi the other day, or did we raid Sheikah the other day? Let's raid Domi. Okay, so we're going to raid Domi. So first of all, I'm going to queue up this one. I'm going to go to my own channel, because doing it from Streamlabs is funky sometimes. So we are going to do /raid. Oh, actually we're going to do, first of all, raid message. Obviously I know that is not a penguin, but it's a fish, and that's close enough. So there is your raid message. Please do copy and paste it to make sure that you've actually got the right one. And yeah, then we're going to do /raid Domi Wolf. Yeah, thank you all very much for coming and hanging out with me. I'm glad that you all had a good time. I also had a good time, which is always nice. I feel like we got a lot done, and I truthfully didn't think that I was going to be able to get the entire HELO done in 1 hour, 3 hours, but we did, and it didn't even have that much in the way of weird quirks. But yeah, I actually quite enjoyed this kind of hey, I've got a dumb idea and I want to do it, how can I do that style. So maybe we'll do a bit more of that rather than the survival. I've always been more of a creative player, especially with Stormworks and Space Engineers and things. But yeah, so like I say, do follow me on Twitter. I will let you know there when the next one is going to be, which shouldn't be too long. I love you all, and yeah, bye.